Bugs, a local biotech, harnesses the power of bacteria to fight the world's environmental ills. When you hear the word bacteria, it usually conjures up nasty images of disease. But there are good kinds of bacteria too. As Julie Ariondo shows us, a Carlsbad company is putting bacteria to work, cleaning up the environment and carrying on the legacy of a true pioneer in the field.
Mery Robinson is living her father's dream, a dream that has become her own. Back in the 1950s and 60s, Mery watched her father George spend countless hours studying organisms and microbes.
My father was I would consider him like an eccentric scientist type of fellow. He liked to solve a problem.
His idea was to use large amounts of good bacteria, the kind in Mother Nature's own arsenal, to clean up environmental disasters big and small, to turn ponds as green and thick as pea soup clear within minutes.
And when you see that, there's never a time that I'm not completely just as amazed as the first time.
But not everyone was a believer back then. So her father worked harder and longer hours, which paid off after an oil spill off the Santa Barbara coast in 1969.
Yeah, his early works proved that the technology could work better, faster, and cheaper than traditional ones now.
When Mery's father died, she inherited the patents. Now she's carrying on her father's legacy by helping to create a company to put the technology he developed to good use.
So it's pretty thrilling.
Here at US Microbics, strains of naturally occurring bacteria are brewed, then blended into highly concentrated bug cocktails, which are designed to eat contaminants like oil and toxic waste.
Just like you're digesting your breakfast or lunch right now in your stomach with naturally occurring bugs.
When the contaminants are eaten, the bugs die because their food source is gone, leaving behind carbon dioxide and water, harmless to humans and wildlife.
So this is actual French sand.
The company's latest project involves bidding on a contract to clean up 200,000 tons of contaminated sand, the result of an oil spill off the coast of France. Right now, they're testing several bug blends on the sludge to see which works best.
In some cases, you can see here, there's actual clarity.
If left up to Mother Nature, it would take years to rid the rocks and sand of harmful contaminants.
You're looking at 12 weeks versus 5 to 10 years.
That's right. It's a big difference.
The technology already has made a difference at places like the racetrack. With help of a machine like this, called the Bioraptor, the bugs turned several thousand tons of manure into compost.
They were able to process that in less than a 2-week period of time, whereas if you put it in a landfill, it typically won't degrade for 9 or 10 months.
The bugs also help growers get more from their crops.
We put together a secret ingredient of bacteria and some other nutrients that actually enhance root growth.
In the future, the bug technology may play an important role here at the gas pump. This is one of thousands of sites across the state where a toxic gas additive has leaked into the ground.
And it's contaminated the groundwater. That additive is called methyl tertiary butyl ether, or MTBE. It's a known cancer-causing agent. The problem is considered so serious that MTBE will be banned from gasoline sold in California starting in 2003.
Its ban would hurt certainly the state's air emission issues, and if we can prove that it can be safely and effectively cleaned up to drinking water standards, then obviously the ban could go away.
But perhaps the most exciting prospect in development is Mery's launch of a nonprofit group called Greenway Angels to bring this bug technology to poor countries that can't afford to solve their environmental problems.
If they have dirty water, it doesn't matter how much rice or how much fish you have, you still will have starvation and illness.
This was the culmination of her father's vision, to help those people who need it most.
Oh, I'm sorry he's not here to see it. Oh, I think he'd be pretty tickled.
So, Julie, I suppose the big question is, does this stuff really work?
Well, it really depends on who you ask, because there are companies out there
that have the bug technology but not the service to go along with it. And that's where US Microbics differs, because they also offer that service. They carefully monitor the bugs when they're applying it to a contaminated site.
So if it does work, why aren't more people using it? Obviously, it could be of great benefit.
Yeah, it does sound like the perfect solution. The problem still is getting people to believe in it, because they have had some mixed results, although it is widely used in Europe.
Thanks, Julie.